fast as I can, you blood-sucking bastards! Hircine's claws. I thought I'd be digging forever. Thanks. Working us like dogs. Finally. Thank you, stranger.
You don't smell like the Grey Host. Run before they catch you too. You set me free? I owe you one.
We should not linger, Edyar. The Grey Host could find us at any moment.
Head to the surface. I need to fulfill my end of our bargain. You actually did it. You freed my pack. Now it's my turn. If Exarch Zingalis took Fëanorian, and I'm pretty sure he did, you'll find them both in the ruined Dwarven Tower. It's difficult to get inside if you're not a vampire, but I know a way. Like I said, Zingalis' helper made a mistake. Forgot to fasten my chains after one of my tortures. I slipped away, crawled along some pipes, and fell into a chamber with one of those dwarven lifts. There was also a door, the one behind me. It'll get you close. There's a big door that leads into Zingalis' lair, but it's sealed. You need to figure out the dwarven mechanism to open it. Then make your way to the experimentation chamber. That's probably where he's keeping Fëanorian. The door's over here. Hurry, before they spot us.
Definitely Dwarven. Watch out for traps. That must be the door Edyar mentioned. Sealed tight. No lock. Not even a handle. I don't suppose the werewolf told you how to open it, did he? something turned on. Keep going. The gear started moving. You must be doing something right. That sounded promising. Let's try the door. This chamber's...
Surely we could uncle Harry's thing without this feeling.
That's an ugly plant. Must be the nether root mentioned in the note. Why does everything connected to vampires involve blood? That was Fen! We need to keep moving.
It fights against its nature, Rada al-Saran. A weaker breed.
No, Singalis. Just this.
No! Why are you doing this to me? ready to scream when I peel back your flesh and apply this tool.
We have what we need. These last moments let him truly understand.
Who calls? The machine will finish him momentarily, my lord.
Finish your work here, Singalis, then join me in the keep. You must bear witness when we make our move.
Of course, Rada al-Saran. I am eager to see the power of our ultimate arrow storm. New test subjects. Just in time. This one is about spent. You cannot stop me. You will do well in my machine. I cannot wait to cut open your skull.
It's too late for me.
Ben's delirious. See if you can free him.
Go, warn Solitude. You should have left me. Go warn Solitude. Aksak Singalis and Rada al-Saran talked freely while they tortured me. They're planning some sort of assault on Solitude. A massive storm. I need blood. But I won't drink from an unwilling person. In this state, even with a willing participant, I don't trust my restraint. If I only had my flask. My flask. Thank you, my friend. Rada al-Saran is the one they call the Ashen Lord, leader of the Grey Host. He and Singalis often went into the nearby sanctum to talk. I heard a few words. Map. Plan. But I couldn't make out the rest. Yes. Yes. Once I take a long drink from my flask, I'll join you.
Take your time. You've been through a lot.
They did whatever they wanted. I couldn't stop them. Exox Singalis was insane. But he was also a genius. If he kept records, they'll be in here.
I see a map and some papers. Hey, partner, take a look. So, partner, what did you find? We set out to find Fen and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way, we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders, and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book. Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fen makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there. And don't forget that map and communique. Come on, Fen. Princess Svana herself requested your presence at the Blue Palace.
I don't believe I'm very good company right now.
Come on, Fen. We'll help you through this.
stupid thing. I should have never come out here alone. Oh, hello. Please don't laugh. I'm having a terrible time, and this cart isn't even the half of it. Though you look rather experienced. Maybe it's fortuitous that you came along. You might be just the right person to help me. You've heard about dragon mounds, right? They're ancient dragon burial sites. Centuries old. The Dragon War, the Dragon Cult. I'm over-explaining. The job is simple. I just need some charcoal rubbings from those mounds. I intended to. I hired this cart and everything. But as you can see, that didn't work out. Maybe I was foolish to try and do this on my own. I don't have a lot of field experience. Almost none. But you could handle this, right? I'll pay you. Thank you for helping. It's a big relief. I need rubbings from 2 dragon mounds. One south of here, and another off to the east. I'm particularly interested in any symbols that look like dragons, but anything you find will help. I'm so glad to see you. I hope it wasn't too dangerous. I feel like I should have gone with you, but I probably would have slowed you down. Oh, the rubbings. Did you get them? How exciting! I can't believe I get to examine these myself. Fieldwork is wonderful. Now, I just have to hope they confirm my theory. Well, the glyphs here are definitely Merethic era, with Nord inclusions that have... Sorry, I'll skip all that. These symbols resemble those on dragon cult tablets. I think they're charms that speed up the release of the dragons from their mounds. Well, something like that. It happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Now that I have these, there's one final mound to investigate. I have to physically go there this time. Would you still be willing to help me? I'm not sure I can do this alone. There's a dragon mound farther down the road, a big one. When I first entertained this theory, I made a warding spell, one that should seal whatever's inside permanently. It's difficult to cast, however. I need someone to watch my back. It certainly happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Everyone thought dragons were gone for good, and now the giant lizards are burning villages. Is that what happens if I do nothing? You were? Then you saw what they did. Is it so unlikely it could happen here? And I have so many questions to ask you, but later. Well, I've made it this far with no catastrophes. That has to count for something, right? Is the area safe? I'm so nervous. Oh, right, of course. You're the one who knows what to do. I brought my dagger in case there are giant bugs or something. I've never stabbed a giant bug before. Is it as icky as it sounds? Wonderful. So those tales about being dragged into caves and devoured by frostbite spiders are just stories to make children behave? Don't answer or you'll scare me out of doing this. Lead on to the mound. Mars Mercy, watch out! I'm not sensing any strange energies. I don't know if that's good or bad. Are you... We need to go to the center of the mound. That's the best place for my spell. Here we go. Don't worry, everything's fine. I'm not panicking. There. Oh, it worked. At least I think it worked. No rumblings, no explosions, so that's promising. But that spell took a lot out of me. Could you help me out of here? Maybe as far as the road? Let's hurry. I don't want to linger here.
Watch it! That one looks mean!
Here we are, entirely uneaten. Oh, thank you for your help. I had no idea fieldwork was so invigorating. I can't wait to tell my peers at the Antiquarian Circle all about it. Oh, really? I'm very new, our latest member. I only joined recently. Anyway, this is wonderful. Imagine the coincidence of my asking you, a fellow member, for help out here. Well, not exactly. Gabrielle made her skepticism quite clear. Is she always that blunt? She told me I could gather information as long as I didn't get directly involved. But I wanted to prove myself to the Circle. I hope I'm not in trouble. No! I mean, I don't think so. I took the initiative to deal with something that could be a big threat. That counts for something, right? I have to explain my findings to Gabrielle, and I promise to pay you, so meet me at the Circle.
freedom from oblivion. Our harvest begins. Nears completion. And join your comrades in this world. Another pike falls, but you will soon join it. They answer a call. Swept away your soul.
You put too much stock in rumors that are old wives' tales.
I don't think we are the first to camp here. Lots of fresh tracks.
Allow yourself some rest. The Divines are watching over us.
I wouldn't go towards Carthwatch, Traveler. Not now, maybe never again. Nothing left there except horrors. It's overrun with mindless beasts. An enormous storm appeared over town as I came up the road. When I got there, it was chaos. Monsters attacking any who still lived. I barely escaped with my life. I saw Fenrar, one of the town guards, setting up camp in the ruins just outside town. He's a good man. If anyone's mounting a rescue effort, it would be him. Perhaps you can lend a hand.
You'll want to turn back from this damn town, Wanderer. Those savage Reachmen finally got what they wanted. Carthwatch is gone, and all that's left are husks of a once proud people. A storm straight from Moloch's arsehole rose up over the town. It twisted everyone I know into monsters. In the chaos, I saw my brother Hafskar and his friend Biora take people to the barrow west of town. But I've heard nothing since. Someone needs to warn the people away from Carthwatch. As the last of the Jarl's Guard, the duty falls to me. Look, I'm desperate to know if the survivors made it to the barrow. Whatever gold I have is yours, if you'll find out what happened to them. Finally, a bit of good fortune. Thanks, traveler. No matter what you find in the barrow, I need to know. Tell any survivors you see to meet me here. Hafskjar's the only family I have left. If I've lost him too, well, just hurry back safely.
Oh, thank all the gods. You're not one of the Reachmen. Well, I don't recognize you, and you're not a Reachman. How did you find your way down here? Don't tell me you came just to pick out town's bones. Fenrir is safe? God's mercy, you bring great news. When he didn't show up here, I feared that the storm killed him. Or the Reachmen took him, like everyone else. Yeah. After the storm appeared, Bjorra and I led some townsfolk into this barrow. How could I know that Reachmen were already in here? They attacked us from behind. Bjorra put up a beast of a fight, but no one resists a Reach horde alone. I hid. Reachmen are so brutal. I reacted without thinking. They took everyone I swore to protect, while I did nothing. A Nord of Karth does not behave this way. My duty is to go after them, but I won't survive alone. Are you willing to join me? You will? Looks like Fenrir sent the right person to chase after me. I hid when my people needed me. And I left Bjorra, my oldest friend, to fight alone. If we find where the Reachmen took them, maybe bringing them home can make up for my failure. They went through this door. Come on! There's no entrance back this far. So how in oblivion did they get in? Look, a breach in the barrow wall. Let's see where it leads. This tunnel looks recently mined. They knew we'd hide in the barrow. Shaw's bones. This cavern. Such an unnatural glow. How did the Reachmen discover this? This land is ours! Come on then! Carthage is ours! Meet your end! How long has the reach? Die, witchmen! For Carthage! Together now! The tunnel leads up this way. We must be near the other side of the mountain by now. Let's see where this goes. I have your back. Together now! Die, witchmen! This land is ours! For Carthage! More undermined tunnels. So they burrowed through these caves to sneak up on the town. Still no sign of my people. Why take them back through these caves? Feels like we're headed back up. This might be the way out. Carthage is ours! Look at the size of this camp! The Reach is never this organized. Something's changed. Up ahead! Elsie and the others, they're alive!
Halskjar! Just in time. No idea how you two fought through this camp, stranger. Thank the gods you're here. The Reachmen hold the other captives into that eastern tower. The war leader kept demanding to know about a stolen heir. I'm convinced he means Biora. I thought this was long over. Years ago, we raided a Reach tribe camping too close to our territory. After the fight, I heard a child crying in one of the tents. I took pity and brought her home to raise as a Nord. But Biora is of the Reach. Who knows what these vicious witchmen intend? But I want to find her before they can do any more harm. Since you and Hafskjar survived the camp, do you think you can make it into that tower? May Kain bless your bravery. Once these two are safely away from here, I'll join you. Based on our past fights against Reachmen, my guess is the war leader locked the tower up tight. You'll likely find the key near him. Good luck. Hafskjar, you need to find Biora. Go with the stranger. I'll take care of these two.
That's the tower Elsie mentioned. The war leader should be nearby.
I have your back. Come to steal away our queen again. I'll see that you fail.
Stolen queen? Did he mean Biora? We need to find her.
Hafskjar. Praise Kain, we're saved.
You're safe now. Wait, where's Biora? Why isn't she with you?
They took her across the bridge. I heard them mention meeting witches.
Don't worry. Elsie and I can take you to safety. This stranger will scout for Biora.
Who are you? Leave me be. I must wait here for my sisters to receive the blessing of my destiny. A rebirth. Lady Maritha and her sisters pulled the caul from my eyes. I now know my truth. The holders of Karthwatch are not my true family. I belong to the Reach. A true heir of Karth. There you stand, and all you see belong to my people. The Nords took it by force, just as they stole me away after slaughtering my kin. The Witch Sisters showed me a vision. Blood from Faulan. The Red Eagle flows in my veins. My sisters whisper prophecy to me from their stone circles of power. The Grey Host will rise and unite the Reach clans. Together, we will retake our home.
I will lead them in this dark mission. I shall be made queen.
Bjorra, what's wrong with her? I've known Bjorra since we were striplings. The girl I grew up with adores her family and village. We fought back Reachman raids side by side from the moment we could hold knives. That's not the Bjorra I know. What did she say to you? Reach witches spreading lies laced with dark magic. No doubt they enthralled Bjorra so she'd betray her family. Stranger, if you're willing, I need your weapon once more. We must hunt down the hags responsible and end their hex with blade and blood. Did she give you an idea of where to find them? Perhaps they're using the ancient stones nearby to power their magic. We generally avoided them because of rumors they were cursed. Sounds perfect for evil crones. Let's find them. Stopping the witches might release Bjorra so she'll come home. Once Bjorra is free, we can join the others in safety. For Carthwatch!
The girl is ours now. She'll be our queen. No! But the prophecy... No!
Now!
You'll not interrupt our work! The girl is prophesied to lead the... Even if you kill me, the girl belongs...
Carthort is ours!
The girl will be ours, one way or another. Death is not my end!
That's the last of them. Let's pray that their hold over Bjorra has broken.
This land is ours!
Bjorra, are you alright?
Oh, what have I done? I remember your face. You spoke to me earlier. It was like I was walking through a dream or a nightmare. What made it stop? It's coming back to me now. Just flashes. The rich men attacked. 3 witches led them. They brought me here and did something. I saw visions before me. Memories that weren't mine. An old Reach King called me his daughter. Ice in the dark. A steady marching drum. I stood beside a strong man with haunting eyes. His stare chilled my soul. He placed a briar crown on my head and said I'd lead his armies. What do you think it means? I remember that's what I believed. It felt so true, but I would never betray my family or the Hold. Carthwatch. Oh gods, it is all gone. Is anyone else still alive? We must join them then. I am so relieved to hear it's not all lost. Please, I want no more of this place.
Meet us at Fenrir's camp. It's the safest place for now.
Breath, it's good to see you all. We've made it.
We'll find somewhere new. If we stick together, we'll survive this.
Here is the one who saved me.
We are in your debt, Wanderer.
I was honored to fight by your side. I've never thought of myself as a strong man, but you helped me do what was necessary. I'll give my life to protect Bjorra and the others. Count on it. Shaw's bones. Reachmen are stubborn, so they may come after her again. Fenrir and I will see these people to safety. The Hold is gone, but we can protect our family. Thanks again. Take this, and be careful out there. Dark times surround us. I know you can't stick around. Don't worry. I'll protect Bjorra and the others with my life. No more hiding. It gives me courage knowing people like you are out there defending folks against these evils. Maybe we have a chance. No idea. The Karth region is the only home I've ever known. Once our people settled Karthwatch, I assumed I would die here. Seems the Eight had other plans for my future. Without you, though, we wouldn't be alive to see the next sunrise. Thank you.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Hold up there, young blood.
Have a passion for alchemy? Be a part of my exciting research.
Sailing giants. I could never imagine
It's true. The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put a stop to it, as I understand it.
That's nothing. I touched something.
Ah, you're here! Don't worry, I have your pay. I'm just finishing my notes. Though, if I'm being honest, I'm not as confident as I once was that my theory is correct. How can I really know that my spell worked? Not really. My whole theory depends on the idea that a dragon buried in that mound could conceivably rise from the dead. We know necromancers can raise human skeletons, so why not dragons? That's what my ward is supposed to stop. No. I researched thoroughly to make it unbreakable, but I just don't know if it worked. I expected some kind of reaction, but there was nothing. I don't know. What do you think? How should I present my findings to the Circle? You're right. I may not like it, but it's true. I'm sure I cast a good ward, but there are just too many unknowns. I don't want to seem overconfident or brash. I'll tell Gabrielle everything I learned, but I'll let her decide what to make of it. Now, I need to get up the nerve to report my findings. Part of that includes telling Gabrielle that I went against her wishes. Hopefully she'll go easy on me. Thank you for listening, and for all your help. Oh wait, we're not done yet! I promised you compensation for your help, and I'm a Breton of my word. I know it's not much, but take this. And may we never see dragons over Solitude. Thank you for all your advice about the Antiquarian Circle. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another adventure together. I think I'll wait a bit. Gabrielle might assume I'm just an overeager newcomer if I present to her without preparing. I want to organize my research so she can look it all over. I want her to see that I didn't make wild assumptions. Hopefully, she'll see that my theory has merit. It may not have all the facts she wants, but that just means it needs more investigating. She might even agree to let me continue my research in the field, this time with experienced help.
You are welcome here, Fenorian of House Ravenwatch.
I don't know what to say.
You're back! Lyris was just making introductions and was about to give her report. Why don't you tell me what happened? By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned! The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name?
Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege. That might work against a mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Herostorm. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fen knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests. Talk to Fen. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fridelia has been studying the Ice Reach Coven medallion, but she hasn't had a lot of success. She seems even less confident about reproducing their protective enchantment now. You mean other than hounding my father and serving as go-between for the Jarl of Morthal and the Magister of Carthald? I wrangled promises out of my father and showed our allies that someone in Solitude still cares. I got High King Svargrim to promise to dispatch soldiers to reinforce Morthal's defenses and send aid to Carthwatch. It's a start, but he hasn't actually issued the orders yet. I need to follow up with him after we're finished. Sort of. He admits he might have been wrong about the Ice Reach Coven as far as that goes, but he still glares daggers whenever anyone mentions you or Lyris. So let's not bring up Fen, all right? She identified necromantic components as part of the enchantment, as well as reach rituals. But she isn't an expert on either type of magic. Frankly, I think she's exhausted the scope of her knowledge.
It's all right. I'm ready to help. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory? These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is the key component of the Herostorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms. I'm guessing, but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike. It's more concentrated. It's certainly what Singalis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more of this refined Netherroot brew. And we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission.
See those marks? Grey host sites that correspond to the communique we found. I know a commander's map when I see one. Each of those marks matches a location mentioned in the communique from Rada al-Saran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go. That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are, they come from there. And here, a Midland camp between Dragonbridge and Morthal. It's a staging ground for the Harrow Storms. More than likely. Those two locations should provide what Fen needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that, though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there. Svanna, Fen, and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fen should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Svanna with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready. Then we'll hit each camp in turn. We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we've pieced together from the Grey Host's notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can. Which camp did you want to ask about?
Some folk are...
enjoying the...
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute!
Ah, good. I was hoping you'd show up. Lyris was right. This camp is crawling with the Ice Reach Coven. And they're definitely producing the medallions here. I was even able to slip away with one. We need to get closer, though. There's more to figuring out this magic than just watching from afar. I need to know exactly how they go about creating them. With your help, we can learn everything about that here in this camp. It's a landing site for the boats coming from the island of Ice Reach. Plus, they're collecting something here that goes into the process of creating the medallions. If you can get me to the center of the camp, I can learn what that is. Determining how they create these medallions will be an enormous help. The Grey Host has accelerated their plans. They need more medallions for a reason. A big harrow storm is coming. We need to be ready. Corpses? What do they have to do with the medallions? Let's examine the nearby graveyard. Examine the headstones. Let's determine what's so special about the exhumed bodies.
We must be patient. Time draws near.
Why are these particular graves so important? Finished? Have you come to any conclusions? Well, we've both been over the headstones with a fine-toothed comb. If we can determine why the Coven dug up these particular bodies, it will tell us something about how the medallions were enchanted. Of course, compare notes and look for commonalities. You have the makings of a fine scholar, my friend. Now, let's see. I noticed there were a mix of different races buried here. They weren't all Nords. Anything strike you about the departed? Well, of course. Compare... Really? What was that? Which headstones did you examine? I read about laborers, soldiers, and traders. Not the same occupations at all. There must be... Of course. Compare notes and look for commonalities. They did. Tell me more. Of course. Why didn't I see that? The headstones on the exhumed graves all mentioned that the person was old when they died. Let me think. Some necrotic spells require the remains of the elderly. Something to do with the natural decay of life. According to one necromantic theory, the older a living thing becomes, the more necrotic energy it naturally acquires. As a body grows old and withers, the life inside it decays. Necrotic energy is the byproduct of this deterioration. I now know enough about how they create the medallions to move my research along. I'll return to the Blue Palace and start putting an elixir together. To fully craft an elixir to defend against the Harrowstorms, I still require a sample of refined netherroot brew. Plus, we need to determine what the Grey Host has planned. Help Lyris and Svanna at the other camps. Then meet me at the Blue Palace.
It's too quiet. I came out here for adventure, not a
I think the clouds are turning. We should prepare for a stormy night.
Have a little faith. The Divines won't lead us astray.
Just arrived. Don't worry, I found something to keep me occupied. A bold move setting up camp in the midst of the Western Holds. I'll say this for the Grey Host. They aren't afraid to draw attention to themselves. I learned a few things while I was waiting for you to show up. It's just as we thought. The Grey Host is using this camp as a supply depot for their raids across the countryside. I saw stacks of witch pikes, rows of reliquaries, and jars of what I assume is the refined netherroot brew. Right. And I heard the camp leader, a nasty creature named Sableye, tell his troops to make sure to use the new supply that just arrived from Blackreach. Let's go grab a jar or two. No jars in this cart. Let's try another one. Fight? If you insist. Not this card either. I hope we didn't miss it. Time to dismember the monsters!
Stop them, my packmates. I'll get this brew to the witches.
Sableye has the brew. Let's find him before he gets away. I'll take that one.
What the Grey Host does with spies. We eat them.
You got a jar of the refined brew? Let's talk over here. Luck was with us. If we had reached this camp even a few moments later, Sableye would have gotten away with the netherroot brew. After all this trouble, Fen better be able to use it to make his elixir. I'll take the jar of refined netherroot brew to Solitude. We'll meet up in Svanna's chambers when everyone gets back from their missions. I hope they're all right. Fen has proven himself, especially after what happened in Blackreach. House Ravenwatch, they're unusual as far as bloodsuckers go. As for Svanna, she's braver than I originally thought. Anyway, meet me in Solitude after you finish up.
came here to learn what the Grey Host has planned, and what did I find? Good citizens of the Holds, afflicted by the Harrow storms and kept prisoner for some ungodly purpose. No matter how many I set free, the Herald will not leave this place. That's all I've been doing, and trying to get these afflicted people to leave this place. The Herald, the storm robs them of their will, their minds. I wasn't able to slip deeper into the camp, though. Agreed. There appear to be a number of Grey Host warlords in the camp, so discovering their plans should be possible. We need to be careful, though. I don't want us to wind up like the Herald, serving as food for these bastards. Messages have been coming and going since I arrived. I've heard the name Rada al-Saran, the Ashen Lord, spoken in hushed and revered tones. His name was on the communique you found, remember? We need to get down there and see what else we can learn. Hiding, building their forces, digging, undermining. That's the correct term, I think. Plus, they're collecting the Herald, herding them like cattle. It's monstrous what they're doing to these poor people. The only thing I'm sure of is I have to try. If my father won't act, then it falls on me to get things done. It's what my mother would want me to do. Look, on the scaffold. Let's eavesdrop on those werewolves.
I left the orders in my tent, but the Ashen Lord was clear. We need more netherroot. See to the undergrowth immediately.
As you command, Pentok.
The undergrowth? That sounds important. There, on the left. Let's listen in.
Exarch Zingalis has fallen. I have never seen Rada el-Saran, our Ashen Lord, so filled with sorrow, or such rage.
Does the loss of the Exarch alter our plans?
Not in the least. The strike on Solitude will occur as planned after Exarch Ulfra tests the improved ritual in the Undergrove.
An attack on Solitude? We need to move quickly. The Grey Host definitely has something big planned. Let's search the tents for a copy of those orders. That's what we were looking for. Let's talk over there. Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words sent a chill down my spine. Their plan for Solitude? It might even be more dreadful than an all-out attack. We need to get back and determine the exact location of this Undergrove place. You saw what happened at Kilcreath and Carthwatch. Whatever they have planned for Solitude, it sounds a whole lot worse. I wish we knew more about this Rada al-Saran and what drives him. A family of monsters? Who could imagine vampires and werewolves working together? Let alone talking about one another like brothers and sisters. It's not natural. I'm glad I got to look around Blackreach, but I can't wait to see the sun and sky again. No matter how big these caverns are, it still feels like we're buried alive down here. We came down here to find out what the Grey Host has planned. But Fen still needs information about how the medallions are created. Then we're done here. I hope we found enough to end the threat of the Grey Host. I'll meet you back at the Blue Palace. Good luck, my friend.
Those howls we used to hear. Turns out they were werewolves.
Down here, they sounded like caged dogs. I hope someone set them free.
What? You got more bad news? Or you just want to bother me for the fun of it? You saying she's dead? Damn. She was a fine-looking Lord girl. Shame that happened. She, leave a note or anything? Not like in that way, but maybe she had some feelings for me. I know she fancied me, even if she didn't say so. It was that damn Kelbarn, wasn't it? Always mooning over her. Never thought she'd be stupid enough to fall for him. Well, just give me the samples. I'll pay you for the trouble. You take your money and get out of here. A shame Nguya won't be coming around anymore. I liked when she was nearby, if you know what I mean. Walk off, pal. No time for useless chatter.
reliquary is filled. They answer the call. More soul. More! The exchange is complete. The exchange. Join your comrades in this world.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute!
So, do we have a way to defend against the Harrow Storms, or what?
The elixir should do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Mjolnir, don't be so negative. The elixir will work. You'll see. Oh, good. You're back. Mjolnir and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got into a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited, but I think we've figured out how to defend against the Harrow Storms. The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Harrow Storms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Harrow Storm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable. We can use the refined brew as the basis of our elixir. Now that we understand how the Harrow Storms are created, we can use those same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary components. Svana's associate, Mog, will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you to acquire Arkay's sacred oil. A holy ointment associated with a god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the priests in the Hall of the Dead to provide protection against necromancy and the undead. We need that oil to create our elixir.
You'll need my help. I'll meet you at the Hall of the Dead. Mog, put away the tankard and get the supplies Fen requires.
Yes, your royal ladiness. But I'm keeping the tankard. Guards or refugees arrive by the hour. Why does Fargrim hesitate?
The High King issues orders, but all they do is lock away the afflicted. When will we strike back?
Princess Vana, what can I do for you, Your Highness?
Listen to my friend, High Priest. We need your help.
I'm surprised to see the princess here. As you can see, the influx of refugees has made this place much more hectic than usual. Is there something I can do for Princess Svanna? Sacred oil? Strange. That's the second time today someone has come seeking Arke's anointing balm. Sword Thane Athlet arrived with an edict from the king. Demanded our entire supply. How we're to consecrate the dead without it, I have no idea. The Sword Thane wouldn't say. He just mentioned that the High King needed it to defend Solitude. I'm sorry I can't comply with the princess's request. Things are hard enough that these refugees must take shelter here among the dead. The Sword Thane took the oil to Castle Dower. That's where all the supplies for a siege are gathered during periods of strife. I pray that High King Svargrim receives the patience and wisdom required to see us through this crisis.
Hold! Castle Dower is... Princess Svanna.
Sword Thane, our business is urgent. My friend will explain.
I don't have time for the princess's proclivities right now. The High King... We barely keep up with the multitude of tasks, so speak quickly and let me get back to it. My orders from the High King were clear. Stockpile the entire supply of sacred oil in the Temple of the Divines here within the confines of Castle Dower. What in Shore's name does the princess need with holy oil anyway? Protection? Truly? The Herald already outnumber my soldiers, and more arrive every day. Still, giving you the oil would violate the High King's edict. I suppose if I happened to look the other way for a moment, I wouldn't notice if a flask disappears.
A single flask? Then we'll have to make do. Let's get it back to...
Sword Thane! Why his work? I gave strict orders, yet my daughter freely enters the castle grounds. What do they want, Sword Thane?
They,
We came to offer our assistance, Father. Sword Thane, how can we help?
Athlet has everything well in hand, child. Despite your intentions, you would only hinder our efforts. Go! The Sword Thane doesn't need my daughter or her wastrel underfoot.
My father's never been what I'd call a warm and caring parent. But this crisis has made him even more distant. Let's get this sacred oil to Fen. My father will certainly change his attitude once we present the protective elixir to him. He's trying to protect me. It's what he does. And leave me out. Though I suppose that's mostly my own fault. I know Mother's death weighs on him. As does this entire crisis. That's why we have to help. This elixir is going to work. It has to. It's not that unusual. Castle Dower is the most defensible part of the city. In the past, we'd gather the people inside the walls. Now my father is using the fortress to house the Herald. They need to go somewhere, right? Come on, let's go.
Next time I'm in the field,
Once it's ready, I'll test the elixir.
As you say, Lyris. Ah, here they come now. You have the sacred oil? Add it to the cauldron. Yes, a perfect fusion. It's ready to be tested. Come, let's talk. With the addition of the sacred oil, the elixir is complete. Before we produce enough to distribute to the people of Western Skyrim, we need to test it. I'm confident of my work, but we're dealing with powerful forces here. We can't wait for the next Hera storm to strike. But what you and Svanna learned in Blackreach might help. You heard that Exarch Ulfra was testing Herostorm rituals in a place called the Undergrove. We'll go there and let Lyris drink the elixir. During my explorations of Blackreach, I came across an ancient burial site, a place called the Midnight Barrow. This Undergrove must be inside those ruins. Once there, you and Svanna keep watch from a safe distance, while Lyris steps into the storm. From what I could tell, the Midnight Barrow sank into Blackreach in the distant past. Somewhere in its chambers, we'll find the Undergrove. The ruined barrow is in the Lightless Hollow, in the northwest portion of the cavern. We'll meet you there.
make me do this? Ah! Oh, thank God you're not one of these tomb robbers. Or another ghost. I've had my fill of ghosts. Mainly one ghost, honestly. A distant ancestor. Every time I try to sleep, he's in my dreams. I've barely had an hour's rest since I came to Dusktown. It's going to kill me if it doesn't drive me mad first. He's been calling me here, I think. To put him to rest, I think. He's being tormented as much as he's tormenting me. I came to this terrible place to find his remains. But the tomb robbers have angered the dead, and I'm terrified to step foot into the barrow alone. My damned ancestor is the traitor Jarl, Hagridden. He was buried alive in the Midnight Barrow long before I was born. Unfortunately, he has no tomb, and what's left of him has been scattered around by these Draugr thieves.
You and Fen stay put until we clear a path to the Undergrove.
Fine. Just don't take all day.
This is it. Look lively and let's get on with it.
I saw my ancestors' remains in my dreams, but I only know roughly where they are.
Strike, now!
I know there are namesake,
Don't you love me, Hagridden? Do you want to see me grow old, wither, and die? It's a small sacrifice for eternity.
Listen to yourself, Isinia. Even one life is too many. I can't make that kind of sacrifice, not even for you.
Sacrifice? Just what was that woman asking for?
That's the wrong way. If If you have something else more important to do, fine. I'll just wait here.
No one would find out. That none of us would survive. One is enough to expose your treason.
I gave no such order.
I have your betrayer pinned in your hand and
So
stained
that
in
was
our
his
blood.
plan? Sending his soldiers into a trap? Careful of the Draugr. They'd sooner make a corpse of you than talk.
Jarl Hagridden has a matter of urgency for you to attend to.
What does he know to send us this far into the Reach?
You have your orders, Thane. I trust you know enough to carry them out.
Who was she to be bossing a Thane around? None of the souls in this horrid pit received a proper burial. Neither will we if we aren't careful.
treason against your hold and your people. We cast you from the halls of your ancestors. May they never know your name.
I did not betray my hold. She's the one who should face your judgment.
Seal him in.
That's everything. Let's get out of here with Hagridden's remains before we join these tortured souls.
This must be the place. I'll go back and get—
No need. We're here.
The princess insisted.
We followed at a safe distance and only advanced after you cleared the way. From this point on, we stay together. And that's an order.
Yes. What she said. Now, let's enter the Undergrove. We need to find where they're experimenting with the Harrow Storms.
You honor me with your presence, my king.
Grey Host, stay quiet and listen.
This Harrow Storm must be the biggest we have ever wrought, my sister-in-arms.
That's the leader of the Grey Host.
Have we heard from Solitude? Is everything in place?
I have been assured the city is ripe for harvest.
Rada al-Saran and Exarch Ulfra. Should we postpone the test?
Certainly not. The holds are counting on us. Besides, we might be able to end this threat right here and now.
Who dares intrude? You. The murderers who killed our beloved Singalis!
And you're about to join him.
Impudent mortal! You will pay for your crime. Now for the rest of these curs, my king.
Allow me the honor of spilling their blood.
Very well, sweet sister. Let me a Greymoor when the task is done.
Let this Harrow Storm lay the flesh from your bones!
We need to leave. Svanna, no!
See to lyrics then, and pray your elixir works.
Protect Svanna. She needs time for the elixir to do its job.
For that, you die!
The elixir. It worked! I think it worked. I stood in a Harrow Storm and nothing happened. Fenn's elixir is a success. And we took out another one of the Grey Host leaders. We've done good, my friend. Never better. We need to create as much of the elixir as possible and distribute it throughout Solitude before Rada al-Saran's massive Herostorm hits. I also want to find out who in the city is helping him. Let's meet back at the Blue Palace. Once my father understands that we have a way to protect against the Herostorms, he'll have to take us seriously. Let's get back to the city as fast as we can. I can't believe I'm still alive. That place will haunt my nightmares long after my damned ancestor's ghost gives me rest. May I have him, please? I can't help but pity Hagridden, despite what he's put me through. I felt his torment. An eternity in the Midnight Barrow seems cruel, even for a traitor. From what I saw, it seems like he was the one who was betrayed. Was he really innocent? You're right. He was the Jarl. He should have thrown that woman in chains at the mere suggestion of taking another person's life, let alone making some kind of sick sacrifice. Instead, they all paid the price. Did she get her desire, I wonder? I'll give him the burial he seeks, so we can both finally get some rest. But it'll be an unmarked grave. His name can stay buried down here. Call it mercy, not forgiveness. But at least I won't join him. I never could have done this without you.
Those howls we used to hear. Turns out they were werewolves.
Down here, they sounded like caged dogs. I hope someone set them free.
You again? What, you fancy me or something? Realize dead? Ismir's gods! He was a good worker, even if he was a lizard. I thought he'd catch a break prospecting, pay off some bad debts of his. Poor luck for him. I'll take the lizard samples and pay you for your trouble. Good enough. You can figure the Rila didn't die for nothing. This batch of samples looks promising. Here's your money. Hopefully you don't find any more of my miners. Walk off, pal. No time for useless chatter.
Listen to your daughter, Svargrim. We need to do something.
Don't test me, Redharn. I know exactly what I need to do. Our enemies circle ever closer, and now even my daughter turns against me. What's next? Will my beloved wife return to accuse me of some heinous crime? Well, get to it. Tell me about Svana's miraculous elixir before I have the lot of you tossed out. You represent my most hated enemy, and expect me to believe a word you say? Even if you speak true, worms have found purchase in the wood and seek to rot my kingdom from within. I will not let Solitude and the Western Holds fall. Trust Svana. Perhaps. No. No! Your honeyed words are but echoes of my most obstinate foes. You offer a miracle with one hand, while holding a poisoned dagger in the other. Hell, I need no help from the likes of you.
Don't be a fool, Father. This elixir will save our people.
I didn't think you had it in you, daughter. You have actually surpassed my expectations, more's the pity. And I'll hear no more talk of this miracle elixir.
Father!
The Grey Host is my true ally. Once the Harrow Storm engulfs Solitude, my kingdom will endure for all eternity.
I should have sensed it. Svargrim's a vampire.
Svana.
Not now, Lyris. I need to think about this.
Svargrim's a bastard, but King Yoren believed he had the best interest of his people at heart. Obviously, something changed. And with Solitude targeted for a massive Harrow Storm, things have gotten more complicated. Not everything is as grim as it appears. We did create an elixir, That's our best chance of protecting the people from the Harrow Storm. We just need to distribute it. In the meantime, take this. It may not seem like much, but you earned it.
Father, how could you? My father, working with the Grey Host. How long has he been a part of this? Did he have a hand in Mother's death? And what has he told them? It's almost too much to bear. And then there's the Harrow Storm. My friend, I don't know what to do. You're right. I know you're right. It's just... he's my father. No. I have to focus. There's a Harrow Storm coming. We have to save the city. That's what's important right now. I'm not sure we can. But we can make more of Fenn's elixir. Get it into the hands of the people. We need more of Arkay's sacred oil, though. We'll have to take it from the supply stockpiled at the Temple of the Divines.
They've taken it! By the gods, it's fallen!
Fallen? What are you talking about?
The Grey Host. They came out of nowhere, captured the temple and the Tower of the Wolf. We're locked out!
Then the sacred oil.
Damn it all! I need to get down there!
Follow him! Now, soldier, tell me exactly what happened.
We're done. The Grey Host has found a foothold. Now the city is lost.
Not yet, it isn't. On your feet, Sorthane. We have work to do.
Yes, Princess Svana. I apologize for that display. Tell the princess... tell her it won't happen again. You need to understand. I pledged my sword and my soul to the High King. We all did. And he betrayed us. Nothing good, I'm sure. The Grey Host appeared out of nowhere and cut down my soldiers. Only a handful were able to escape before they sealed the gates. Svargrim made us fortify the entryways. The bastard knew he'd lock us out. Not that I can think of. But what does it matter? Svargrim brought the Grey Host down upon us. He's bringing a Harrow Storm. We need to evacuate the city while there's still time. Some of us will survive if we flee now.
That's unacceptable, Sorthane. If we can't get the sacred oil to make more elixir, then we have to stop the Harrow Storm.
Princess, we've kept watch. There aren't any witch pikes around the city.
Then you missed something. They needed the witch pikes for every other Harrow Storm they summoned.
Of course. Blackreach. The Grey Host must have gained access to the temple from beneath the city.
They could easily hide the witch pikes underneath our feet.
We know the Grey Host has been using Blackreach to clandestinely move around Western Skyrim. Why not launch their attacks from there?
Then we're going back to Blackreach. If the witch pikes are there, we'll destroy them. My father. A vampire. He sat on his throne, pretended to mourn for my mother, and said he had a plan. But all the while he was preparing the city for the Grey Host. He's worse than a monster. He's a traitor and a liar. I know. It's just... Look, we were never close. Not really. But he's my father. My king. What about you? Could you do it? Could you confront and maybe even kill one of your parents? An honest answer. And so much like my own. But does my indecision put the people I'm sworn to protect in even more jeopardy? I need to think about that. I'm going to do whatever I can to stop the Harrow Storm and save Solitude and its people. After that, we decide what needs to be done about Svargrim. Enough talk. Let's enter
As a junior member of House Ravenwatch, I never expected to be in the thick of things like this. I have to say, it's a tad overwhelming. Am I looking forward to going back to where Singalis experimented on me? Not even remotely. But I want to see this through to the end. I need to. The Grey Host can't summon the Herostorm without performing their ritual. And we know that requires witch pikes, so there's that. Plus the usual assortment of coven witches, vampires, and werewolves, I suppose. Nothing we can't handle, right? I had hoped to secure the sacred oil, and make enough elixir to distribute throughout the city. But we're running out of time. Our best bet now is to find the ritual site beneath Solitude and stop the Herostorm before it's unleashed. You're absolutely right. Especially after we found evidence of undermining down there. All I can say is that we were focused on other things. Let's go and save the city now, all right?
Yoren sent me with a warning for Solitude. Now I'm about to march into the starless depths of Blackreach to try to avert a massacre. How do I keep getting myself into these kinds of situations? I thought you knew me better than that. Taking on the impossible challenge, beating the unbeatable foe. This is what I'm good at. So yes, I do have to do this. And we're going to win. We have to. Svargrim. To cast his lot with the Grey Host, become a vampire, threaten his own people with the Harrowstorm. It's madness. One thing's for certain. We have to stop him. One step at a time. First we make our way down into Blackreach. Then we find the ritual site. It must be right beneath the city. We smash witch pikes and kill as many Grey Host bastards as possible. After that, we pray to Kyne and hope for the best.